Hello, and welcome once again to Lake Tahoe Sessions with Alex Elmsley. The excitement not only continues, but escalates as we continue to explore the secrets and the magic of the amazing Alex Elmsley.
Right. Do you have a piece of paper and a pencil on you? If not, I think I've probably got one here. I've got a pencil. I like to make other people do the work as much as I can, so I'll give you a scrap of paper. I'm going to ask you to make a prediction, but not on your own bat. I'm going to look through these cards. Perhaps you give them a bit of a mix first. Right. And you have any idea? I think that's a good card, don't you?
Looks good to me.
I think, write that down as a prediction, but don't let him see it.
Okay.
But I don't want even you to know where the card goes back in the pack, so I'm going to put it back in the pack, but behind my back. Right. So you hang on to that. Now, he's got a prediction. I want you to touch a card, and you can be as slow and as indecisive as you wish. You can change your mind right there. Okay, I'm not going to show it to you yet, but please notice it doesn't go out of your sight. There's the card. You still see the card?
Yes.
There it is. Right. And now, will you read out the prediction, please?
Two of Hearts.
Now, the prediction part of this is pure laziness on my part. I like to make somebody else do some of the work, and I think on the whole it's a good presentation to bring more people in. So instead of writing the prediction myself, I look through, I decide on any card, preferably a card that's easy for people to recognize. In that case, it was the Two of Hearts. Let's suppose that it's going to be the Four of Hearts. And you show it to somebody and you ask them to write it down. But there's a second reason for doing this. I say that I don't want them to know where the card goes back. And I put it back behind my back, and I put it back second from the face, reversed. When I first started doing this trick, I worked out complicated sleights for getting it reversed second from the face, and I found putting the cards behind my back and placing it there myself was much easier. So there it is. That's all we have to do. And now, you go through the pack and you ask somebody to touch the cards. And they touch a card, as it might be this one, it doesn't matter which. You've got an excuse for not showing it yet, because you will want to have the prediction read first. But you take the cards like this, holding the projecting card under those in your right hand, while you turn over those in your left hand. Place the card there, turn over the cards above it. Now you still don't put it flush, you push it in, but strongly angled towards your left. And then you do a fan, so. Now, if you look in at that fan, you can see there is the edge of the card immediately below the card that was touched. This is the card 2 below. You want to put your finger on that and jog them to the right. This will reduce the chance of this card being seen when you turn the fan over, and the card you jogged to the right is in fact the one that you secretly reversed behind your back. You've increased the amount by which it will show up. When you turn over the fan, that card is not that card. You turn over the fan and there is the card that you reversed behind your back. When you take it out, if you're not careful, you can sometimes flash the cards, so I'll raise the fan a bit there. If, as you take it out, with the backs of your right fingers, you push the edge of the fan in a bit, that helps to make sure that the card the hidden card doesn't show up. And that's it. You've got a reverse card there, and you can generally cut at it because it's a bit bent. There it is. And then correct it at your leisure. Now, I'm going to try a trick using 2 packs instead of just 1. I've got another pack here. And Paul, will you help me?
Yes.
I want you to decide whether you want to use the blue or the red, and the one that you don't use, I will use. No equivocation. The red or the blue?
I will use the blue.
The blue, right, okay. So you take the blue, and I'm going to ask you to do with the blue just what I do with the red. First of all, I want you to spread them out across the table like that. Now, choose a card. I'll choose this one, as it might be. Any card you like, push it out. Now, I'm going to take your card, your blue card, and put it on the face of my pack. You take my card, which I think was red, on the face of your pack. Square up your pack. Now, the 2 cards that we chose, my 4 of clubs, your 5 of hearts, are on the face. So let's get rid of them by cutting the packets. Which packet did you choose?
I have the blue.
You chose the blue. I've got the blue. What have you got?
Got the red.
But we changed over 2 cards. So I've got a red card here, and you chose the 5 of hearts. It's the 5 of hearts. And I chose the 4 of clubs. Now, for this trick, you do need some preparation. I got a red pack, I got a truly blue pack. But the preparation is to take 1 card, it might be the 4 of clubs from the red pack, and put it on top of the blue, and the same card from the blue on top of the red. And how you introduce these is a matter of the structure of all the card tricks you're doing taken together. Is not something that one can really lay down in black and white. It's up to you to decide how you bring these into play. But let us suppose that you've done this. Here's your starting position. 2 packs, top cards, same value, changed over. And you ask the spectator to choose either pack, and it is genuinely a free choice. The pack the spectator chooses is the pack that the spectator gets. So, which will you choose?
Let's go for the red.
The red. And you hand them the cards you chose. And that leaves me with the blue, and you idly cut them, which brings your odd card to the middle. You've got to remember what your odd card was. Now you ask him to do what you did. Spread the cards. Push out any card from the middle. He can push out any card. You've got to find and push out the card that you swapped over. You take his card, bluff call it of the wrong colour. Say, he thinks his pack is red, so I say, I'll take your red, 5 of hearts. You take my blue, 4 of clubs, and the one you give him genuinely is blue, and you can encourage him to check. And put it on the face of your pack. Square up. And lose the cards by cutting them, which incidentally is the mechanism for the colour change of the packs, because it moves the odd card that was at the back of the pack right into the middle. And now the trick's over, because the packs change places. I've got the red. You've got the blue. And each of us still has an odd card, and this is his odd 5 of hearts, and that is my odd 4 of clubs, and now we're clean. When I came over to do the lecture in 1975, I put quite a lot of theoretical thought into it, and I tried the lecture out various places before coming over, and it seemed to work. So that again was quite a lot of work on the presentation side. Lately, I've been out of magic for a long time. I'm getting back into it now. But there are a lot of routines that I'm beginning to remember, beginning to do again. But they do need quite a bit more work on the presentation side, and I am very conscious of it. It'll come, I hope. Touch wood. I am a ghost. I'll explain what I mean. I was in a very strange poker game the other day. Just two of us, and the man I was playing with was so sure of himself. He told me I could shuffle, I could cut, I could deal. He was so sure of himself, he told me to deal his cards face up. What, I said, like this? He said, yes. Can I deal my cards face down? Yes. So I dealt mine face down. And he had a 10, a jack, a queen, king, ace of spades, a royal flush. And I was not only dismayed by the power of his hand, I was also seriously annoyed because he'd let me shuffle. He'd let me